Hi everybody, this is Simon Ward from the triathloncoach.com, and today I've got a very important message for you if you are a triathlete over the age of 40. Okay, that doesn't mean it's completely irrelevant if you're under the age of 40, but if you're over the age of 40, this is something that's vital for you, for your long-term health and for your long-term triathlon performance. Look at the board behind me on the left-hand side, or my left-hand side, your right. Muscle size peaks for men between the age of 19 and 24. For women between the ages of 16 and 19. That means that after it's peaked in those years, it's on its way down. And what that means is, in this second box here, it's declining with age. Now, it's no good thinking that because you run and ride and swim every week and you do lots of aerobic activity that that's good enough. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not. And so if you wonder why you're training just as hard but your athletic performance is dwindling as the years go by, the reason for it is this. Between the ages of 30 and 50, you're going to lose about 15 to 20% of your muscle mass and your muscle power. And once you go past 50 and on up to 60 to 70, you're probably going to lose another 20%. Alright? Now that is probably quite a frightening thought, but it doesn't need to be. It doesn't mean that this process can't be slowed down or halted or even reversed. And the way you do that is by doing high intensity interval training and lifting weights on a regular basis. Behind me on the board I have some of the health and sporting benefits from following such a strength training program, and here they are. Okay, so things that get better when you lift weights on a regular basis. Firstly, your independence is improved. What this means is, if you look at a nursing home, you'll see quite a lot of people in that home that are there probably because they can't fend for themselves. They can't lift stuff above themselves into cupboards. They can't get out of the bed. They can't get out of the bath. They can't get up the stairs. So they have to have people to take care of them. So if you're strong and you're active, you maintain your independence. Secondly, your resting metabolic rate. When you build muscle, muscle burns calories, and that increases your metabolic rate even while you're sleeping. So if you want to lose weight or maintain your weight, your body mass, your body fat levels, then lifting weights is great because it preserves and even develops extra muscle to do that. It will help to improve your posture, strengthening up those muscles in the upper back and the shoulder, so you stand there with your chest out and your head held high rather than slouching. You'll also improve your bone density, which is very important, particularly for females, in the prevention of diseases such as osteoporosis, which is brittle bones. The reason this works is because when you lift weights, it imparts a stress on the bones. That encourages the bones to take up calcium. The bones become a lot denser. You then have a much stronger skeleton. Some of the fitness benefits. Obviously, you get increased muscle mass. You probably don't want to be a lot more muscular and heavier as a triathlete, but certainly when you get to these ages, we're trying to preserve what we've got, or even add a little bit more, not just for our performance but for health related benefits and for later on in life, past 50 plus. You'll get more fast twitch fibres, obviously, and that will help to improve your power and your acceleration. You will improve the strength of the connective tissues, that's the tendons and ligaments. Now if you think about the injuries that occur to us, most of them are overuse and most of them occur to tendons and ligaments. So strengthening those tissues is going to be very, very positive for you in your consistency and performance. I talked about bone density before, and there's also some research to show that if you improve muscle strength, you don't necessarily become a faster runner, but you become more economical, which means you can maintain the same speed for a reduced energy cost, and therefore you can last longer. Now, what I put here is some of the things that go down, some of the things that reduce. Now, that doesn't mean things are going to get worse, but what it does mean is that you can reduce total body fat and abdominal fat by having more muscle and lifting more, in line with this resting metabolic rate. Because your muscles are stronger and because you've got more balance, you're going to reduce the risk of falling over. Now, if you have osteoporosis already, then one of the things you don't want to do is fall over. So if you can just improve your balance, that is definitely going to help. And there's also an improvement in insulin resistance, which is obviously better for you, particularly if you're one of those people who has or is at risk of type 2 diabetes. On the athletic side, the one major thing that you're going to notice when you have a stronger framework is that there is a reduced potential for injury. Now, if you've watched my videos before, you will know that one of the things I talk about time and again is consistency in training. It's the biggest factor in your long-term improvement. So I've given you at least a dozen reasons why I think that if you're over the age of 40, you should be taking a great deal of interest in what I've just said. I've given you a dozen reasons why you should be in the gym lifting weights, and that in itself should be some sort of motivator to get you to reduce your swimming and biking, running just a little bit and spend a bit more time in the gym. So from me, here's to long health and improved performance, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.